Hey everybody, this is my 5 months and 1 week on testosterone video. um, Again, just like last week, I don't have a whole lot to speak of when it comes to physical changes. Um, Everything about my transition is really, really gradual, which in some ways is really awesome. I think that's probably easier on a person's body. In other ways, though, it makes it, I don't know, it makes it really hard to notice when things are happening. Um, though I did see someone the other day, interestingly enough, as I was entering the men's room and they were leaving it, that I hadn't seen for a very long time. And they didn't recognize me at first. So um, I'm guessing that I'm changing. So that's good. So I've been thinking a lot lately about my decision to transition and what it was that brought that all about. Because, I always felt different and I always felt like I was a man inside, even though I didn't necessarily have a name to put on that. Um, but I waited until I was 29 to start transitioning, and I didn't bring it up to my wife until I was I don't know, I guess I was 27 when I first brought it up to Tiffany. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about what it was that pushed me over the edge. Actually, the point I got to where it was, that is it. I have to transition. I can't go on. So, Tiff and I had been in, I'm going to call them talks, but they really were more like, they weren't even fights. It just, we were in a bad period of our marriage when we were dealing with the me wanting and needing to transition issue. And so I actually, after bringing it up, I had taken it off the table, and I was going to just try to survive as is, because at that point I felt like our marriage was on the line. So I was going about my business, trying to live without transitioning, and Tiff and I were going about our lives, and we had decided to have kids. So that was all great. I was super excited. She was excited, and we started trying to have kids. So that was great. Meanwhile, it was taking us a while to get pregnant, and that gave me lots and lots of time to process trying to have kids and my role, so on and so forth. And that's where that's where that's where it happened. I I feel like in my life I have had to live and perpetuate lies on multiple levels, because of the trans thing. You know, you're living a lie every time someone calls you her, or says she, or ma'am, or every time you grow your hair out for someone, or put on girl clothes for someone, or act more feminine than you feel comfortable for someone. It's just a lie that you're constantly living. Um, and I wouldn't, I'm not going to say I wouldn't change anything, but it's the series of things that happen where you're forced to live lies. And so I was already living in a space where people treated me and saw me as a woman. And additionally, Tiffany and I are married, and we got married, and so terms like my wife, were being used. And while I love and wanted the role of being in a loving partnership, being the wife, with that term, it was always hard for me. So now we reached the spot where we were going to have kids, and I couldn't take it. I could not perpetuate the lie of being a mother. Having a child is so all-encompassing. And by extension of that, the lie of living a role that I shouldn't have would have been all-encompassing. I would have to be the child's mother. And then, additionally, this is how I look. So what kind of problems is that going to bring up for the kid in school when they're calling me mom and this dude walks in, you know? Embarrassing for them, embarrassing for me. So it was just going into this whole new realm of personal and social trauma that I was going to have to endure because of not being my true self. And I couldn't take that. I couldn't take any more. I was done. I was done with personal trauma and emotional trauma and all of that. So that's when it kind of came to do or die with the transition. And I went back to Tiffany and I said, I just put it on the line. I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I can live like this in this body. And it was really bad for us for quite some time. She wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't doing anything wrong. We just really had things that we needed to work through. Fortunately, a friend suggested a really awesome counselor, and I started going to the counselor first, and then Tiffany started coming as well. And we went to the counselor, and she just helped us maneuver through this. And for us, we were able to salvage our relationship through this. And then eventually we started trying to have kids again, and voila, we're pregnant. So I just wanted to share that little bit of information with everyone in that story. I imagine that everyone gets to a point. There must be something for everyone that pushes them over the edge, where they're like, yes, I have got to do this. I mean, it's certainly no one's first choice to transition, especially in a world where it's not okay yet. So I just wanted to share my story as to, what pushed me over the edge. Because I think it's really interesting watching guys' videos and hearing, their journey and what did it for them. So yeah, that's it for me. 5 months and 1 week on testosterone. I'm getting super excited about my 6th month. Not that anything spectacular is going to happen, but it feels like a landmark. I have gotten to 6 months, and I can't wait to be there. So anyway, I will talk to everyone later. Bye.